Do I need a spiritual teacher? Great question. Firstly, let me start out by saying that it's very useful to have resources, the right resources at the right time on the journey. Whether that resource happens to be a book or maybe there's a meditation center down the street or whatever that is, these resources can be incredibly useful. So I would suggest be open-minded as you engage with resources. Now, one of the most powerful resources is having a teacher whom you can interact with and who has a sense of what this bigger reality is, who has some direct level of realization and is available and willing to work with you. It can be very useful to have a spiritual teacher because they can see through a lot of our distortions, misperceptions, misunderstandings, and help us quickly have a quantum shift. So it is very useful. Is it absolutely essential to have a spiritual teacher? Well, I would say yes, with a caveat. Spiritual teachers, of course, we may think of as another person who we can talk to, but I would have a broader definition of a spiritual teacher. If you look at infinity itself as the ultimate real teacher, then we can then say, yes, I need a teacher, but it doesn't have to be somebody I can sit and chat with. It can be infinity itself. Or it could be a non-physical being, a consciousness, non-physical consciousness. These can also be teachers. Light itself can be a teacher. So if you expand the definition of a spiritual teacher to encompass all of these things, then I would say, yeah, it's useful and necessary and important to have a spiritual teacher because these teachers can make a very significant and profound difference over the years. If we were to limit ourselves to physical teachers, I would say it's more optional. It can be useful, but it's not absolutely essential that you have a physical spiritual teacher to interact with. As long as you have the right guidance coming from a higher source, from an integrous higher place, whatever that may be, physical or non-physical, that's what's important. When you choose light, life becomes increasingly joyful, purposeful, and inspired. I invite you to join me to explore the realms of light, the infinite possibilities that light offers.